Hey, Royal Sussex Squad. Welcome back to your safe space, your truth space, where we uplift, defend and celebrate the Duke and Duchess of Sussex without apology. This is the place where we cut through the media noise, clap back at the haters, and remind the world that Harry and Meghan are a force to be reckoned with. Now let's get right into the latest headline that's got some folks shaking, and some of us celebrating. Reports are out that Meghan Markle is on the verge of securing a brand new deal with Netflix. Yes, you heard that right. The Duchess is set to ink fresh terms with the streaming giant. And of course the media is already working overtime to twist it into something negative. But not on our watch. Let's make one thing crystal clear from the jump. This is a win for Meghan, and by extension, a win for Harry, and a loss for the trolls who thought they'd fade into obscurity. Meghan Markle is not only still standing, she's expanding. While others are out here writing think pieces about why her shows didn't land, Netflix is doubling down. And you don't double down on someone who doesn't bring value. Let's talk facts. Insiders at Netflix, yes, people in the actual boardrooms, not anonymous Twitter eggs, are saying that CEO Ted Sarandos himself is a massive supporter of Meghan. He reportedly calls her the rock star, and you know what? He's not wrong. Meghan is a rock star. She's taken everything thrown at her, the racism, the misogyny, the betrayals, the media smear campaigns, and still managed to create, to tell stories and to connect with millions of people around the world. And let's be real. The whole idea that Meghan is somehow a liability or that her brand is struggling is not only a lie, it's a lazy one. These folks want so badly to pretend that her Netflix documentary with Harry didn't shatter streaming records. Harry and Meghan didn't just trend, it took over. It was a cultural moment. It told a powerful, deeply personal story, and the world was ready for it. The viewership numbers proved it. But of course, once that success couldn't be ignored, the goalposts started moving. Suddenly, it's not about breaking records. It's about follow-up projects. Suddenly, Meghan's With Love Meghan series is getting dragged in Variety with the kind of arrogant, sneering tone we've come to expect from critics who've decided they're just not going to give her a fair shot. They called it a Montecito ego trip. Can you imagine? A woman inviting people into her world, celebrating love, culture and community, and that gets called a vanity project? Please. The show is about connection, it's about storytelling, something Meghan has always been passionate about, but because it wasn't gritty enough or because it didn't follow the formula critics are used to, they labelled it with contempt. This is what happens when you're a black woman who dares to own your narrative. You create something filled with warmth and intention and they mock it. They want to reduce Meghan to a stereotype, to box her in, strip her of nuance and pretend she's just another celebrity looking for attention. But here's what they never account for. Meghan is building something long-term. She's not here for the moment, she's here for the movement. This Netflix renewal is about exactly that. It's not just one show, it's not even about one platform. It's about Meghan Markle as a creative force, a producer, a strategist, a woman with global influence and the intelligence to navigate an industry that's notoriously difficult to break into, especially when you're doing it without a palace machine behind you. Now, of course, they're also trying to throw shade on Harry, saying his future is uncertain, as if Harry hasn't been out here putting in serious work. Let's not forget the Heart of Invictus documentary, which told incredibly emotional, powerful stories of veterans, stories Harry is personally connected to through his military service and his founding of the Invictus Games. That's real impact. That's storytelling that matters. Harry isn't some side character in this narrative. He is half of a partnership that is redefining legacy. The media loves to play this divide and conquer game, trying to pit Harry and Meghan against each other, saying she's shining while he's fading. No, they are stronger together, and that's what terrifies the press. They walked away from the most powerful institution in Britain, and instead of collapsing, they're thriving. They are their own institution now, one that's based on values, not vanity. And let's be real, squad. The critics aren't mad because the Sussexes failed. They're mad because they didn't. They were supposed to go away. They were supposed to disappear quietly into California sunshine, but instead they kept speaking out. They kept creating, and they built a platform so large that even the loudest headlines can't drown them out. The truth is, no matter how hard they try to diminish Meghan's achievements, she's winning. She's winning because she didn't let the crown define her. She's winning because she bet on herself, and people bet with her. Netflix is betting on her. Business leaders, creatives, and fans around the world are betting on her. And most importantly, we are betting on her. So when you see those headlines trying to tear her down, remember, it's because she's still rising, and that rising threatens the very foundation of the establishment that tried to erase her. And now she's securing more deals, telling more stories, and living life on her own terms. That's power, that's freedom, that's Meghan Markle. And as for Harry, he's right beside her, building, protecting, creating. He's not some lost royal wandering through Hollywood. He's a father, a husband, a veteran, and a man determined to leave behind a different legacy than the one he was born into. He is not lost. He is found in purpose, in principle, and in love. So let the tabloids write their little hit pieces, let the critics tweet their think pieces, because while they're complaining, the Sussexes are creating. All right, Royal Sussex Squad. If you felt that, if you're proud to support Harry and Meghan, if you're tired of the nonsense narratives and ready for truth, make sure you hit that like button right now. Smash that subscribe, because we are not letting up. We're going to keep showing up, telling the truth, and defending our Duke and Duchess. Meghan Markle set to secure fresh terms with Netflix as Prince Harry's future hangs in the balance. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex signed a lucrative contract with Netflix after stepping down as working royals. Netflix is set to renew its deal with Meghan Markle despite the mixed success of the Sussexes' projects since signing with the streaming giant. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex's current agreement is due to expire this year, with negotiations expected on new terms. Industry insiders suggest that Netflix executives remain committed to working with Meghan, despite some of the recent projects receiving lukewarm responses from both viewers and critics. The renewal would represent a continued investment in the Sussex brand, which delivered record-breaking viewership with their self-titled documentary, but has struggled to replicate that success with subsequent productions. Sources close to Netflix reveal that CEO Ted Sarandos is a staunch supporter of the Duchess. What people do not understand about the situation is that Ted Sarandos is a massive fan of Meghan personally. Netflix is set to renew its deal with Meghan Markle despite the mixed success of the Sussexes' projects since signing with the streaming giant. Getty? He calls her the rock star. There is no way that her deal does not get renewed, one well-placed source said. The same insider added, Ted is in the Meghan business, and that is not about to change. He is all in. A senior TV and film producer explained the business logic. The renewal will be crucial in saving face all round, not least for Netflix. It means that the executive who made the hire doesn't look as if they made a mistake. The Duchess of Sussex's most recent Netflix offering, With Love, Meghan, has struggled to impress audiences and critics alike. Hollywood trade magazine Variety delivered a particularly scathing assessment, describing the lifestyle show as a Montecito ego trip not worth taking in a no-holds-barred critique. The publication further stated, the show plays out like a forced march, one in which Meghan's guests must, as the price of getting to share an afternoon in a made-for-TV kitchen with her, praise her first. Variety added that the programme is made with a great deal of love, in the sense that the greatest love of all is the one that a person has for herself. The contrast in reception is stark when compared to the Sussexes' debut Netflix project. Getty. The contrast in reception is stark when compared to the Sussexes' debut Netflix project. Their self-titled documentary, Harry and Meghan, released in December 2022, broke viewing records for the streaming service, but subsequent projects have failed to generate similar interest or acclaim. Despite the critical reception of the first series of With Love, Meghan, production has already been completed on a second series. Netflix has indicated that new episodes will be released later this year, suggesting the streaming giant's continued faith in the Duchess's appeal, despite the mixed reception to her content. And if you love what we do here, if you believe in amplifying real voices and celebrating real power, hit that super thanks and support the channel. Every single contribution helps us grow, helps us push back against toxic media, and helps us celebrate Harry and Meghan loud and proud. We are the Royal Sussex Squad, and we are unbothered, unbought and unapologetic. Until next time, keep your heads high, your hearts kind, and your loyalty locked in. Meghan and Harry are thriving, and so are we. Outro music fades in strong, empowering beat. Don't forget to share this video with your fellow Sussex Squad members. Let's spread the truth louder than the hate. Stay Sussex strong.